Do you know who Necro is?
Yeah, I like Necro's music.
Right. Okay, so you're familiar with him. His brother is Ill Bill from Nonfiction and everything. He's from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I like Nonfiction. I like a lot of that music.
Okay. So he said that he feels hip hop only makes room for like one major white rapper at a time or one major Latino rapper. And you can have a bunch of like black rappers that aren't as talented, but it's like accepted. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'd have to hear the quote to properly respond to it. But in terms of like on a mainstream level, maybe perhaps like if we're talking on a, stadium type artists, but I can only speak from my own experience. And, in my own experience, being somebody who does, hip hop that is a little left field to some people, or left of center at least, in the way that it's presented. Like as I said before, there's plenty of people that dislike me or don't like my music or anything like that. Like I just personally have not had the experience of having pushback, based upon what I look like. Like I said, and if that's Necro's experience, or if he experienced pushback because of that, you got to understand, like, he came in the game, I would say, in 97, 98, somewhere in the late 90s. I was still in Johnson City, a teenager at that point. So, my personal experience has been that, the people that did not like me for whatever reason didn't like me because I was outspoken, because I was opinionated, because I was Southern, because I was using a bunch of big words and they think that I thought I was smart or something like that. Like I just can't personally point to like instances of pushback that I've experienced being a white MC because, like I said, even it's a geographic thing too, as well as a cultural thing. From where I'm from, like I didn't have access to the block parties. Like I wasn't alive back then. I lived in a place where that stuff wasn't happening.
Right.
So my perspective is from that of the outsider. But, the thing is, the reason I've never taken offense to the whole guest thing is because, like, when I have a guest over, like, I treat these people better than the people that live here. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm a guest at somebody's house, like, they always, make some sort of concession, or you're supposed to at least. And so, like, I've just never had an issue plying my trade and being me, being as outspokenly myself as I want to be. Based on what I look, as far as like what the mainstream pushes and, who's, these are goals that I never had. Like from the beginning, like I never wanted to be like a stadium artist. Therefore I don't feel any resentment for having not made it to that point. I wanted to be one of those artists that had their dedicated fan base, the people that rock with them, and then have a long-term career of longevity out of that. Like from the beginning, I've always wanted this to be, a slow burn. I started doing this when I was right out of high school, and at the top of my 40s now, like it's still consistently going up. So saying that to say, like, I don't know. Like I've always acknowledged that, this culture was created by people that don't look like me. And because I've been allowed a peaceful space to participate in, I've just never had no problem acknowledging that. Now, and again, maybe if that was my experience, maybe if I did get pushback, maybe if I did get up in front of my, a room full of people and they were yelling, yeah, white boy, stuff like that, then maybe I would feel differently about it.